us, it's about family. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's about helping another individual, helping another life, because we take for granted. And in fact, I'm not going to get sidetracked, but I want to say this. I know you're ready to wrap things up.
No, you good, bro. You good.
But we take so much for granted. I'm just going to give you this example, not example, but this true story.
Okay.
I was coming home from work, had me a little burger. I'm ready to get home. I've been out there all day slaying that dragon. And I'm like, man, I'm ready to get home, man. Everybody know it, man. When it's time to chop, when it's time to hit that dinner, I don't play.
Right.
Well, I'm driving home, rough day, and I see this brother with a cast on his leg. And he walking, and around this area ain't no sidewalks. Ain't a whole lot of sidewalks in the South in general that I've seen. And then behind him would look like two other children following him, a brother. So, boom, I make a U-turn immediately. I'm like, man, brother, what you doing, man? Because he was really walking like he was in pain with a full cast on. Like I had to take, my family to the library, my car's down. Yo, get in. And what two children looked to be, one was his wife, she was just little, and the daughter was little, and they was pushing the carriage. So we put the babies in, we put them in. I got the brother home. As we driving home, we talking like, he's like, I really appreciate it, man. I wish more of us was like that. Boom. I'm like, well, that's what this is about, man. Look, I represent this organization, one voice, one people, and this is what we do. We bring aid to our people who need it. And all we ask is that you reciprocate it. You help someone else. That's how we build the community. That's how we help one another. And before you know it, me and his brother, we brothers. He's part of the organization now.
Okay.
And so getting back to your point, if you want to join or if you want to help the organization, basically you go to the website.
Okay.
My number's on the website, LD. My vice president number's on the website, and within another week we should be done with it. You'll be able to leave messages, and not only that, we have a spokesperson in Houston, Texas, California. We have a member in Chicago, Illinois. We have 2 members in Washington and Maryland, and a member in Baltimore, and that's about it. But we want to put actually our goal is to put a center too for the children. We want to put a center in each one of these states, all across this globe. Boom, and like I said, we're already over in West Africa.
Okay.
Mm-hmm,
okay. So there's some foundation that's already been laid.
Yes, foundation has been laid. Mm-hmm.
Right.
What we'll be about.
Okay, so it's prime time for anybody who wants to come on board and who wants to see a change in the community. I do hear a lot of people speaking from an enlightened state of mind, or so it would appear, especially a lot of my peers, which I enjoy. Versus I'd rather see that than continuing to talk about what some celebrity is doing, or
right.
what some somebody who's not thinking about me at all. Mm-hmm. Instead of hearing about them, I'd rather hear people saying about how they help their neighbor, or how just a thought was on their mind. Mm-hmm. I spent a large portion of my childhood relying on that help from my neighbors. In a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been that person walking on the side of the street, and I've been that person, in the car too. And I definitely try to reciprocate, as much as possible, because I know sometimes it's a hot day, mm-hmm. and when that car pulls over, you like, oh God, thank you, mm-hmm. thank you. This was still another 40-minute walk, but mm-hmm. now we're about to get in this car and go someplace. And it's crazy too. I mean, well, in this area, there's not a lot of traffic, but you could be on the side of the road walking, and like 40, 50 people will just fly right past you. Fly right by you. And I mean, that's no fault of their own,
mm-hmm.
you got things to do. You got things to do. I've been that person too. You know, flying right by because I got somewhere. I'm in a rush to be someplace. But, you know, when I'm not and when, you know, I'm able to, I definitely extend that hand. So I appreciate that there's other people out there who make it a point to purposely do that. Like,
yeah, because like, you know, like you say, you know, everybody got, you know, a destination or a place to be, but that's something else we need to slow down. Life goes by in the blink of an eye. And I really, you know, just by life experience myself, I just remember, like, man, being about your age, ripping and running, thinking, man, I'm going to do this forever.
Right.
Boom. I woke up and I'm like, 50?
Right.
I still got things to do.
Right.
You know, so, but, you know, I ask people, you know, if they hear this message or this interview, I ask black people first. You know, it's not a black and white thing, first of all, but this is our thing because we the ones that's right now scattered out here in North America.
Right.
Honestly, blind. And nobody's looking out for us but us. And so we need to start, you know, being, you know, a little bit better at looking out for us. And so what I ask is that people do take your time, slow down. You know, if you got an extra $5 or a couple of bucks and you see somebody that needs it or down on their luck, give it to them, man. That ain't nothing, man. You know, to be honest, you know, money is make believe. You know,
right? It's imaginary.
It's imaginary. It's not even real. It's not worth the money. The ink is printed on.
Right.
So the paper's on. So I ask people, because you could do it. Slow down. You know, slow down. Help your neighbor. You see someone that needs some help. Really, you know, I do it every day. You know, I look for people that need my assistance because now I have the life that's worth something now. I've never been so happy in my life, to be honest, you know. And you know, by the way, like we're going out this weekend. We having our organization is going out. I didn't mention Georgia. Oh man, we got a strong. That's where we have educators. We have two high-powered educators in ancient Kemet, warriors, a young lady, a queen, and a king out there in Georgia. And that's even going further south, and they deep with it. And so we're going to join them this weekend out there in Atlanta for Malcolm X Festival, Malcolm X Day. And we're going to be amongst people that's like-minded. We're not asking the government. Think about it. You know, Malcolm X done a lot for us. We didn't do what we should have done for his family, for his widow. And so the least we could do now is just remember the sacrifice that he made. You know, I can't even compare myself to that. I can't speak of myself. But just knowing a little running I do after work, you know, just striving to, you know, unite and get our people together. And I'm doing it as my children are older now and they got a life. But imagine when they babies. This brother sacrificed his whole life, the life of his children, to go out there and fight for us. And so they didn't recognize him to show you what they think about us. And he had no affairs. He was an upright man, strong man. But because his truth, they didn't like. No Malcolm X Day. Martin Luther King got a statue over here.
Right.
Martin Luther King. And I just heard... just this past Martin Luther King day what they have for him, this nurse, you know, said, you know, at my job, this nurse said, I don't even know why they give the kids off of school. It don't matter anyways. You know, so it's not so much what they say and what they think. We know what they say and how they think about us. It's so important that we start thinking great about ourselves and start investing in one another again. You know,
it makes more sense that they'd have a day off for that than to take off to celebrate, you know, a man sliding down your chimney,
right?
You know, sliding down everybody's chimney at the same time.
That's right.
Or an Easter bunny handing out chicken eggs. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, so saying it's documented what he's done. You know, like, you know, within your lifetime, you know, you would have been able to reach out and touch this person and hear him, see him, you know, and really see change and not, you know, not materialism, you know, and greeting cards.
So what y'all think of the podcast?
You got a nice voice and you light skinned.
Oh my God!